Well, behind us there is that beautiful saint, Saint Teresa of Lisieux, and here we have Beauty in Brain, Sister Elizabeth Mao, the MSMHC Novice Mistress. And welcome to the show, Sister. We have here with us Sister Ruth Kaisa, who has pursued her master's degree from Gregorian University, and she had done her licentiate in psychology, and she's been into the formation almost 2 decades, over 1.5 decades. Let us find out in her own words what formation is. Sister, how do you define formation in your own words?
According to me, formation is an inward journey and an outward journey.
Formation is not something outside. Formation is to do with self. Formation doesn't end with the initial formation. Formation continues till your death.
An inward journey towards the inner discovery of self in God. And an outward journey, I would say, it is for mission. And mission especially for the poor of the society. Because without inward journey, there cannot be outward journey. This is what I would say. And also formation is a process of becoming. And it is a lifelong pilgrimage towards Christ Himself.
Well, that is in general what the formation for each person. But when you talk about the formation in terms of the religious men and women and the priests, how do you define this formation?
Formation for priests and religious is definitely that we would like to become another Christ, to become Christ-like. That is our goal, and that's the definition of formation.
I would say it is the same. Formation is a process. We help them to discover themselves in God, and then we form them for mission. For mission, because the goal of forming oneself is for God and for His mission.
And well, helping them to discover themselves first in God, then only they'll be able to reach out to the community. So if that is the kind of formation and as a formator that you have been into almost 2 decades, that you, 1.5 decades you were into the formation. And what are the challenges that you face in leading these people, leading these formies to discover themselves in God? And what are the challenges that you face?
Yes, there are numerous challenges, you see, because especially in dealing with this present generation, the Z generation, they have lots of potentialities. They have lots of capacities, and they are quite talented, and they are techno-savvy. And yet, there is lots of brokenness within, lots of restlessness within. Because of this social media, as I said, lots of knowledge they have, but to enter into their own inner self becomes difficult. There is lots of restlessness also, and it is very challenging for them also to look into.
The challenges are multiple, but I should say that today the resistance to really grow, to really form ourselves, to really be disciplined, these are the real,
And they find difficult also due to their past experiences also. Their past wounds also could be from their broken family. So these are the main challenges which I face.
How do you meet these challenges when you encounter them? And what are the solutions that you propose for the formators?
To face these challenges, one thing is, I would say, of course, grace is above everything. God's grace and God's Spirit. And yet, one or two things which I would propose is accompanying them very closely. Regular meeting them and creating a space where they become very free with us. That is partly our responsibility to create a space where they can express themselves very clearly and very freely.
It's not only the formie or a young religious or a priest who needs accompaniment. Definitely I and you need accompaniment day after day. Look at the situations around us. There are a lot of stressful things happening around us. But with this gentle accompaniment, with the cooperation of the one who accompanies and the one being accompanied, I think we can travel towards that becoming another Christ.
And once we help them to get in touch with themselves, they really open up themselves and they become more free. And once they are interiorly free, then they can learn a lot and they begin to contribute a lot. And I have seen in my formation period, I see them becoming much more free. And when they are free, as I said, they begin to learn much faster, they begin to concentrate better, and they begin to pray. And even their faith experiences are beautiful. Once they are motivated, then they really do well.
You mean to say, accept them as they are and make them feel at home, ease with you, the formators, then it is easy to lead them to discover themselves and be able to reach out to the others. Thank you so much, sister, for sharing your thoughts on the formation. Thank you so much. Progressive accompaniment, the paper that you presented, is this really happening in the formation period? If it were to be happening, what are the results?
The formators are doing their part. As I have said, not all of us are competent in all the fields, but we do what we can with all the trainings, with all the informations, with all, definitely with our prayers. But a lot of homeworks to be done still. As we see the result, the accompaniment seems to end itself in the formation houses. It is not being seen, as they move out from the formation houses. So we are trying to figure out what could be the issue that that prevents them from living a joyful, consecrated life as priests and religious. So we wish as formators that our accompaniment really help our candidates to grow towards that.
Well, more than the accompaniment and cooperation between the formee and formator, of course, the Spirit of God is definitely the accompaniment of the Spirit of God also must be there, which you have very well presented in your progressive accompaniment. Thank you very much, sister. Thank you so much for your